the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emmanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt a shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emmanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI. I'm your host, Emmanuel Rose, and my guest today is Tom Malesic, a seasoned marketer with a wealth of knowledge in leveraging AI for growth and efficiency. As the founder of EZ Marketing and the innovative platform EZ Clone, Tom has dedicated his career to helping businesses amplify their marketing strategy through the power of technology. With a strong presence in the marketing community and expertise in B2B lead gen, he's here to share valuable insights on how AI can transform marketing efforts. Tom, thanks for spending some time with me today.
You bet. Thank you so much.
Well, let's just talk a little bit about how you first became interested in integrating AI into your marketing strategies.
Yeah, that's a great question. We've been using it for so long. It just seemed like when it came out, it was such an obvious use especially with content creation and graphics. And, over the last, even over the last year, it's gotten so much better. So it's just been a great addition. It's not a matter on our team of if we're going to use AI, it's how we're going to use it, right? It is the future. And I think if businesses don't adapt to it and don't start to use it and embrace it, they're just, are they going to be in business? So I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Well, tell me a little bit about what you got going on with EZ Clone. I haven't got to see that yet.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of video production through cloning people. So I can get base footage of you, and then I pull it into our software tool, and then I can put you in any environment, change what you're wearing, and make you say anything that I want you to say. And it's where it was a year ago was still a little hokey that the mouth wouldn't sync up right, and now it's
yeah,
it's almost to the point now where you really can't tell. It's only if I don't pronounce something in a correct way or you pause at a weird spot in the script. But other than that, it's pretty amazing, because then you can take that raw footage and you wrap anything else around it you want, right? Just like you would edit a live video if you went to a studio and shot it.
Okay, so you can use it for you can intersperse B-roll around it and those sorts of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. So what kind of clients are you doing this work for right now?
Small businesses. So our entire client base is focused around that small business owner. It's just who we love working with. We hardly ever even work with like a marketing manager or marketing director. We generally work right with the business owner.
Yeah, very nice. Well, then, is this something that you guys created, or did you build it on top of an LLM, or how'd you build it, EZ Clone?
Yeah, we're using a couple different tools to pull everything together to make it work. So we haven't built that from the ground up, but we're using a combination of tools to make that happen.
Yeah, no, that's what I think is really amazing about this time that we're in. It's the age of prosumer software.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it's just this combination of stuff as to how do you integrate multiple things together.
And then talk to me a little bit about one of your favorite campaigns that you've created recently.
Oh, that's a good one. We've got a really great social media campaign that we're doing for ourselves. The concept is so many businesses just really struggle with local SEO. So in other words, how do you just rank in your local market? And so we do a lot of local SEO audits. And so one of the things that we said, well, why don't we really try to promote that on Facebook? And we built this really great lead funnel system. So the ad is, we wrote all the copy through AI, and the video that's on it is AI, right? You get to the page, and then you fill out the free the free audit, and then it takes you to another page in the sequence, and then we just drip on you until you reach us. So it's that's been a great campaign. We've really generated a lot of good quality leads and talked to some great business owners.
Well, that's cool, and that you're leveraging the AI. Which of the models is it that you're getting the best results out of right now?
That's an interesting question because we don't just rely on one. So we have a platform that we use that gives us access to about 80 different models. And the platform allows you to auto select the model. So it knows what would be the best one to pull in. So we build all of our workflows, all of our agents, everything in there so we can pull from a lot of them because, well, if you go out and you buy the premium subscription for lots of people on your team and lots of platforms, oh my God, we're going to spend like $5,000 a month on just tools.
Yeah.
That's insane. So, so this one tool allows us to access other tools. So it's like an aggregator.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it is crazy. Plus, that way, when you run out of tokens on one, you can push the project onto the other one, right?
Yeah, the platform even allows you to use tokens that are like non-premium versions of it, right? So Claude has different versions, so you can use their
Yeah.
non-higher end version, and then you're not using extra tokens. But yeah, it has a way to upgrade your tokens too, because well, we keep upgrading. So
Well, that is interesting. So, I mean, you and I are both using lots of AI tools. How much longer do you think you and I are going to have this type of job, and when will the small business owner just be using the Tom Easy Marketing tool instead of Tom?
yeah, I mean that could happen. I don't know if the small business owner wants to is probably the
Uh,
bigger challenge,
okay.
right? It's there's still the art of reading what the AI generates and say, does that make sense? Is that my target audience? Is that going to rank on Google? So I think there's still value in the strategy level that we're bringing to the table. But how we do our jobs is absolutely going to change. And will some of the entry level things go away? Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah, I think that's unquestionable. I mean, we're seeing that definitely in legal and in software development, copywriting, I think for sure too. But yeah, I agree with you. It takes a certain amount of understanding to be able to conceive of a campaign and then be able to make assessments of what good content is, right?
Yeah, even with software development, if stuff isn't working and you don't understand the code to go in and modify it, that's tough. You know,
Yeah.
you got to understand the baseline, and I think that's, I was talking to a director of a college of business at a university near us, and he said, there's this constant debate as to how much AI do you use in the classroom, and does the student understand the baseline premise and tools so that when AI does something that they can say this is good, this is bad. So
Yeah.
it was nice to have that dialogue, at the university level. It says, well, how are we going to introduce this, and how are students coming out of college going to be able to enter the workforce and use AI in the way that is helpful?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because there were people who knew how to do math before the calculator, right?
Right.
Although I know I couldn't have gotten through college if I didn't have a calculator, and I probably barely understood the theory behind using,
Yeah.
especially in statistics and some of those things. So it's
Exactly.
kind of what I think about when I try to understand like this once the AI is established, is that we're creating a bunch of calculators for each individual industry and activity. And so you still need to know enough to be able to work with the calculator to get anything that's valuable for other humans.
Exactly. Right now we keep building the calculator.
Yeah.
It's like I'm constantly building a calculator that connects to this, and pulls it all together. Or I'm
Yeah.
having people call me about the calculator. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you run this SEO scan on the calculator I just built? Like, I
Right.
don't know what you did wrong.
Yeah,
So,
right. Yeah, not my job. Well, let's see. So you just got done with a book. Tell me about the book that you wrote.
Yeah, so I just wrote a book last year called "They're Looking for You," and it's really based on the concept that most business owners, especially small business owners, right? They don't have enough foundational pieces in place, and then what happens is they say, "Oh, I need more leads or I need more sales," and they come to us and they want to talk to me about the things that they don't really need, right? So they might want to talk to me about Facebook ads or about geofencing or about email marketing when they don't have the foundational piece, like a really great website that functions as your best salesperson. And
Yeah.
then the no-brainer tactics of SEO and Google ads. And now AI search, right? So that's the next thing,
Yeah.
which is really just an outgrowth of SEO. Let's just be honest of what it really is. So I wrote a book that just really talks about what are these foundational things that you must have in place for your marketing to really, really grow and soar and generate a lot of revenue for your business.
And what are a couple of the key principles from that?
Yeah, so the website key principles I think that business owners miss all the time is they, in sales, in newspaper writing, we're going to call it bury the lead, right? Like what do you want them to do, right? So they'll forget to put any kind of great call to action, like schedule a meeting, book a consultation, get a quote. Like they
Right.
don't put it in the navigation so that it makes it easy to find. Then it's like, well, where's your phone number? Oh, I didn't think about that, right? So they're missing the phone number. They're missing all the credibility pieces. What are your Google reviews? What kind of case studies you have? Can you show me examples of how you've helped somebody else? And to me, probably the biggest mistake that they make is they make the site about them instead of about their
Uh,
customer, right? So every sentence starts with their company name or we do this and we're amazing, and they forget to say what's the problem they solve for that business, and why is that customer coming to them in the first place? So we really look at the content to say how do we need them to get the visitor to get to the page and then say, oh, these people get me, this is exactly what I need. But if you have to really think about that long complicated sentence and be like, I still don't know what these guys do, then that's just bad marketing. You might sound educated and important, but you're not going to resonate with your customer.
yeah, and I mean, I think all those examples are great examples of experienced marketer versus somebody who is just who's a business owner, who's a subject matter expert, but not a professional marketer. So
Yeah. Yeah. So we just
and,
want to get those foundational pieces really solid. Right.
yeah, that we'll talk a little bit more about what some of the other foundational pieces are.
Yeah. So good, solid SEO, right? Like, are you coming up on Google? Are you coming up in AI search, right?
Yeah.
Like are you ranking, period? And there's lots of tricks and tips to be able to rank. And a lot of times people just have this misconception that say, well, I built a site, Tom. Like, what do you mean it's not ranking? Well, what have you done? Your 5-page website is just not going to get a lot of traction with Google, right? So one of the tricks that we use from an SEO standpoint for businesses who are trying to rank locally or in a town is we build these town pages. So let's say you do IT support, right? I want the keyword IT support, town name. So I'm going to build hundreds of pages with the towns with the keyword so that Google starts to kind of geolocate the business as to where do they rank. And these town
Uh-huh.
pages have been really effective for us.
And are all those in the nav bar, or how do you manage that part?
I handle it under a section called service area. So I let them
Okay.
go to a page called service area, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a overall copy and a list of the towns, and then you go to those town pages. But sometimes it's more complicated than that. Maybe you break them down by counties or some kind of region. We've done them nationwide, so I break it down by state, right? So you go to the
Yeah.
state page and then all the town pages in the state. I mean, it's pretty complicated, but it's very effective.
About what are you seeing these days from about how long it takes for somebody to get started with you and when they start to see results from that activity?
Yeah, they're normally going to start to see some level of results within the first 90 days. But the ramp up period is really around that 6 month mark, because it's
Yeah.
given us enough chance to build a lot of content or to build a lot of backlinks and more structure, right? SEO doesn't happen overnight. It's definitely a process. I wish it did, but that's called Google Ads, and that's a whole other strategy. So
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why Google has it set up like this, right?
you
Got to
got
do
it.
both in order to get
Do
access to
both,
it.
exactly. Right. And if you have enough money, you do both.
Yeah.
So much is what, what's your marketing budget, and what are you really trying to accomplish? Right. Some businesses are like, well, I just need a little bit of business. Okay, well, then let's do a little bit of marketing. But if it's no, I really want to be aggressive. Okay, well, we can't do a little bit of marketing and say we're aggressive.
Yeah.
Like we need
Right.
to do a lot of marketing.
Well, what do you see coming up for the rest of this year, coming up into next year? Like, what are you seeing as critical activities for small businesses in their
Yeah.
marketing?
Yeah, I think once you get that foundational stuff down, I really think it's going to be the ranking in AI or being mentioned in AI, however you want to phrase it. But when somebody goes to ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity or Claude and they type a question in, is your business coming up in the results?
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many of our clients are getting legitimate customers from ChatGPT. Like, it's
Right.
like, oh, okay. Uh, so I love it. I love when that's the answer. Actually, it's my favorite answer. We say, hey, how'd you find us? And they're like, oh, ChatGPT. I'm like, great. What'd you type in?
Yeah. Right. What was the
What was your
search
question?
phrase question? Yeah.
Yeah. What was the paragraph you typed in? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And how many times did you have to redo it before you got what you needed?
Yeah. And there's definitely an art to the prompt, right?
Any other trends you see besides the AEO, GEO activities?
I think those are going to be the big ones that we're going to see the most of because they're the new ones. That doesn't mean that the old tried and true ones don't work. They do. Really, but the new stuff. I think it's going to be more video cloning, creating video through AI, creating images with AI, um, and then ranking on AI. Like I really think it's gonna revolve around that because that's the hottest newest thing.
Yeah. Well, and we're seeing that shift happening, right? From all Google to AI replacing some of that search.
Yeah, which is kind of a scary thing and a good thing all at the same time, right? It's nice to start to have Coke and Pepsi, right? We haven't had Coke and Pepsi for a long time.
Yeah.
We've had Coke and nobody has stepped up to the plate to be Pepsi.
Yeah.
So
Except for a lot of that internet, or I mean the GPT search is going through Gemini, right? Because of the
yeah,
connection between the browser and Gemini.
that's okay. Like I don't care how, but in the end, the customer doesn't say, "Oh, well, through all the connections, I found you, but it was ChatGPT." They just say ChatGPT, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's fine. Um, And that
Yeah.
I'm definitely seeing ChatGPT is the dominant platform right now. Like when I say how'd you find us, they hardly ever say Claude. They just say ChatGPT. And it could be
Yeah.
they just think it's ChatGPT. I don't know. like that's a possibility.
That it's kind of it's like the Kleenex of the brands, right?
Yeah.
Um, and we used to have this a long time ago with some clients where, we'd ask new customers how they heard of us, and they'd say, "Oh yeah, well I saw you on TV," even though we were
Right.
doing no TV ads, right?
Yeah. I've had that. Oh, I saw your billboard. Oh, that's great. I've never had a billboard.
That's 5,000 I never spent.
Yeah, and then some.
Well,
Exactly.
Tom, if there's some people out there that want to get in touch with you and talk about your book or have a conversation about marketing, how do they track you down?
Yeah, just go to easymarketing.com. It's the letter E, the letter Z, marketing.com. And go ahead and fill out that schedule consultation or pick up the phone, give me a call, and I'm happy to chat.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate your time today, and thanks for sharing some insights with me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Tom. Well, I hope you found some value in my conversation with Tom today from easymarketing.com. I think it's a good reminder that the fundamentals of your website still matter, and that the fundamental SEO practices of keyword, key phrases, latent semantic indexing, interlinking, those things all still help to add up into a strong SEO presence, which makes it easier to parlay that into a strong chat GPT or answer engine optimization strategy. So I hope that you also continue to dig into the AI tools that are on the market now, and that you find a standard operating procedure that you're either not good at, that you don't enjoy doing, or that you don't have staff for, and that you take that SOP and find an AI tool that works for you, or build one yourself and save some time from your work week. And with that time, you continue to upskill, that you spend it with your friends and family, and that you get outside, away from the screens, into nature. This is Emmanuel Rose, Marketing in the Age of AI.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emmanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.